Assalamu alaikum. This is Kamrun Nahar, Assistant Professor, Department of Biology, Greenfield School and College, Mirpur, Dhaka. Dear students, how are you? I hope you are fine and studying regularly. Today is chapter 13, Environment of Life. From chapter 13, some MCQ and A and B non question. Okay. Today's lecture is MCQ and A and B non question from the chapter 13. Okay, first one you can learn what is ecosystem. First one, what is ecosystem? Okay, ecosystem is any unit of landscape where there are non-living substances, food producing green plants, animals dependent on plants, and microorganisms for the disintegration of the dead bodies of organisms and a proper interrelation between these elements. Okay, this is known as ecosystem. Then components of an ecosystem, the living community. Okay, inanimate components of environment and the physical condition collectively depend on ecosystem. There are non-living matter. Okay, first one, non-living. First one, non-living matter. Non-living matter is herbs and habitat of living organism, provide them with oxygen for respiration and can supply some nutrient components as well. Okay, such as inorganic matter. These are two types. Non-living matters, two types. First one, inorganic matter and organic matter. Okay, inorganic and organic, two types. Inorganic matter, water. Some example are water, air, and mineral substance in the soil which have not evolved from any living body. Okay, that means some other examples are calcium, potassium, iron, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. Okay, organic substances are the waste material of plants and elements of dead bodies of organisms or substance divided from them, all called the organic matter or ecosystem. These are generally called humus. Okay, the organic substance generally name is humus. Some of the components of humus are urea. Okay, urea, cells, tissues and organs of plants and animals. Okay, this is known as humus. Some of the component of humus are urea, cell, tissue and plants cell tissue. Okay, then go to physical component, non-living. Then go to physical component. Physical component means your sunlight, temperature, presence of water vapor in the air. That means the environment. Okay, air pressure and wind, depth and height from the surface of the earth all influence the ecosystem. These are physiological component of an ecosystem. Then go to living. Okay, living here three types. Okay, the living world in the active component of ecosystem. These are three types. First one, producer. Okay, producers, then consumers, and last one, transformers. Okay, transformers. Okay, so living component, living organism in the ecosystem, three types: producers, consumers and transformers. Producers, what is the producers? Producers, green plants. Green plants in the presence of sunlight obtaining carbon dioxide from the air and absorbing water from the soil produce their food. What is the name of the food? Carbohydrates. Okay, As this time oxygen is produced as a byproduct. This is why photosynthesis is the production process of an ecosystem. Okay, the producers are the green plants. Okay, so the green plants are also called autotrophs because they can produce their food themselves. They do not depend on others for their food. This is known as producers. Then consumers. No animal can produce food from non-living substance in the environment. They directly or indirectly depend on plants for their food. Depends for their food. This is why they are called heterotrophic animals. Okay, the animal which directly consume plants as food, they are called herbivores. They are the consumers of the first line. Grasshopper, chicken, cows, goats and deers are the example of herbivorous animals. The animals which depend on herbivorous animals for their food are called secondary consumers. Okay, here consumers, first, secondary, tertiary. Okay, consumers or consume of their second line. They are carnivorous animals. Here the example is toad, fox, tiger, example of carnivorous animals. The animals which eat secondary consumers are called carnivores. They may be called tertiary consumer or top consumers such as peacock, snake and tiger. Okay, tertiary. There are also animals who like to eat dead bodies. Who like to eat dead bodies, other organism than the living body. Then vulture, crow, fox and hyena. These are called scavenger. Scavengers. Okay. Scavengers are crow, hyena, fox and vulture. Okay. So scavengers are crow, hyena, fox and vulture. These are the known as scavenger. Okay, they are called scavenger because they keep the environment clean by eating the dead bodies of different organisms. Sometimes in the ecosystem, some animals play a double role as a consumer into different level of the food chain. Last one, decomposers or transformers. Decomposers some microorganisms like bacteria and fungus. Okay, bacteria and fungus known as decomposers. Some microorganisms like bacteria and fungus get their food from the waste of plant and animal and their dead bodies. Okay, and as a consequence they are mixed with the soil and water by being decomposed. This mixed component can be again consumed as food component. This is the ways why these microorganisms are called decomposers or transformers. So bacteria and fungus. Then go to a pond ecosystem. A pond ecosystem is a aquatic ecosystem. Okay, here producer is phytoplankton, green algae and other aquatic plant which produce food through photosynthesis are called the primary producer. A pond ecosystem. Here you know some importance point of what is producer and this is the what is consumer, second consumer, third tertiary level and decomposers from a pond ecosystem. Okay, then consumers or primary level. Consumers and primary level, different types of floating insect, larva of mosquito, very small animals, zooplankton, rui and katla fish etc. are the consumers of the first level. Okay, free floating small animals are called zooplankton. What is zooplankton? What is zooplankton? Free floating small animals are called zooplankton. and free floating plants are called phytoplankton. Okay, these are two. What is zooplankton? What is phytoplankton? Then consumes of secondary level, small fishes, some aquatic insect, toad, etc. are the consumers of the second level. They cannot produce their food themselves and cannot directly consume the primary producer. They eat the consumes of the first level as their food. Okay. Tertiary level, small fishes, ponds, etc. are the tertiary level. আর টার্সিয়ারি কনজিউমার শোল, তারপরে বোয়াল লাইক বিগ ফিশ আর দ্য কনজিউমার টার্সিয়ারি লেভেল। ডিকম্পোজার্স হেয়ার অলসো bacteria and fungus. Okay, in a pond ecosystem here also decomposers is fungus and bacteria. Okay, then go to food chain. Food chain is three types. Okay, among the living component of an ecosystem, first the green plant start their activities. If they do not produce food, herbivorous animals and other carnivorous animals may die in want to food. When the food energy is flown from the primary producers, when the food energy is flown from the primary producers through different trophic level, here one is grass, then grasshopper, grass to grasshopper, then toad, then snake, then gui snake or eagle. Okay, gui snake. Okay, here grass is producer. Okay, here grass is producer and consumer primary level. This is first, this is second, this is third, and this is top level. This is a food chain. Okay, this is a food chain. When the food energy is flown from the primary producer, okay, through different trophic level, then this flow is called the food chain. Food chain are three types. Okay, predator, parasitic and saprophytic. First one, predator. The food chain where organisms of the primary level are the smallest size and consequently consumers of the higher level, 1 to 1 higher, prey the organism of the lower level and eat them. It is called a predator food chain. So this is a predator food chain. Okay, so here grass, bigger grasshopper, then toad, then snake and then gui snake. So this is a predator food chain. Then parasitic food chain. Parasitic food chain, man, mosquito, then dengue virus. Okay, dengue virus. This is a parasitic food chain. Parasitic plants and elements in most of the cases derive their food from a host much larger. Okay, man is larger than mosquito in size than they are. In some cases, other smaller parasitic are depend on all the parasitic for their food. In this type of food chain, the primary producers may not be always at the beginning level. Here, there is no producer. Okay, the primary producer may not be always the beginning level. The chain remains incomplete. So, this is a incomplete food chain and this is known as parasitic. Okay, parasitic food chain. This is man, mosquito and dengue virus. Okay, then go to saprophytic. Saprophytic food chain is started from the dead organism. First one dead body, then fungi and then earthworm. Okay, earthworm. Okay, this is a saprophytic food chain. If a food chain is started from the dead organism to the different trophic level, here different trophic level, then it is called a saprophytic food chain. So you can see that parasitic and saprophytic both are incomplete food chain. Okay, parasitic and saprophytic, both are incomplete food chain. Then go to food web, different type of food chain combined a food web, and only one food web in an environment. Okay. Then go to nutrition and energy flows. Nutrition and energy flows. First one is sun. Okay, sun is the source of energy. Then producer, then herbivores, then carnivores. Okay, herbivores, carnivores, all are dead, and then decomposers, and from decomposers, store of nutrition. Okay, from decomposers, store of nutrition, and all the energy is spent in respiration. Okay, here herbivores, producer, carnivores, energy is spent in respiration. This is the flow of energy, nutrition and energy flow in an ecosystem. Okay, then go to how many percentage? 2% of sun. Okay, sunlight is used for the process of photosynthesis, and here generally in an ecosystem, okay, in any system, any ecosystem, 10% of the storage energy is transferred from the trophic level to another trophic level. Okay, here from this to this, okay, 10% energy is converted, and remaining 90% energy is released at heat in the atmosphere or remain unused. Okay, only 10% energy. Then go to the flow of energy is always key indirectional. The energy flow can never be turned around. About 90% energy is reduced in every stage. Okay. Then go to what is biodiversity. Biodiversity is the abundance and variability. Okay, biodiversity is the abundance and variability among organisms extinct on the earth. There are three types of biodiversity: species, genetic and ecosystem. Okay, three types: species diversity, genetic diversity and ecosystem biodiversity. Okay, then go to 99% positive environmental scientist. Okay, Odum scientist. Odum was a environmental scientist. Okay, relationship can occur in two ways: positive interaction and negative interaction. Okay, positive and negative interaction. Positive interaction to mutualism and commensalism. Positive Odum relationship, positive and negative. Okay, positive and negative interaction. Here positive, the interrelationship in which two organisms help each other is called positive interaction. Okay, here mutualism, the relationship in mutualism when the association both the organism are benefited. For example, a bee or a fly etc. flies around from flower to flower to attain the nectar, and as a result the pollination is accomplished. Okay, many birds and bats live on eating fruits and they release seeds with their stools. Commensalism, in this association only one organism gets benefited though the other associate is not benefited, it not lose anything. For example, a creeper plant. Okay, a creeper plant with its root is anchored in the soil and creeper up round a big tree for the sunlight. Okay, negative interaction. Negative interaction, in this case the relationship is determinant to one or to both. Negative interaction can be grouped three categories. Okay, such as first one exploitation, second one competition and third one antibiosis. Exploitation, in this case, one organism enjoy its right by exploitation directly or indirectly another organism from its right. From example, dodder. Okay, dodder, স্বর্ণলতা. A dodder with the help of the absorbing structure, that name is hosteria. Hosteria. Okay, hosteria. Hosteria collect food from the plant which has provided it with shelter. Okay, a cuckoo is never able to build a nest. It lays its egg in the nest of a crow and the crow hatches its egg for it. Okay, then competition. There are maybe to throw competition between organisms for light, air, water and food. In this competition, the stronger organisms survive and the weaker one is abundance. This is a good example to inter and interspecies. Okay, then antibiosis. Antibiosis is very very important. If the growth and development of any organism is partially or wholly interrupted by the biochemical substance produced by an other organism, then this process is called antibiosis. Okay, then go to penicillium. Penicillin antibiotic discovered by Alexander Fleming was keeping antibiosis along the penicillium. Penicillin antibiotic, Penicillium notatum. Penicillium notatum. This is the name of the species. Penicillium notatum, discovered by Sir Alexander Fleming. The name of the antibiotic is penicillin. Okay, then go to some greenhouse gases. Name of the some greenhouse gases. Name of the some CO2, CO, CH4, N2O, nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, nitrous oxide. These are the important greenhouse gases. Okay, so that's all. These are the important MCQ and 1 and 2 question from chapter 13. Till then, Allah Hafiz. See you later.